connected your shade to SmartThings or another home automation system such as Vera or Wink, and when you try to control the shade, it doesn't go up more than 3 inches or down more than 3 inches. This does happen sometimes because during the connection process, the motor might erase its upper and lower limits. This only happens the first time usually, and it doesn't happen in every case. But when it happens, the fix is very simple. So you just have to reset the upper and lower limits. To set the upper limit, what you do first is take your remote, press the up button, and make the shade is at the highest position it can possibly go to. Then press and hold both buttons until the color changes amber, and let go. At this point, the shade will do a small jog, and then you just press and hold the up button, which will make the shade go up, and release it once the shade is at the top position you want it to. For the cellular shades and pleated shades, please ensure that there is some loose space in the top. It ensures that the shade will last a long time versus just a few years. So once it's at the position you need it to, you just press and hold the buttons on the remote again until it turns amber and let go. So now you've set the shade at its upper limit. So when you press the down button, it'll go all the way down to the lower limit that it's currently at. So as you can see, it's going down. And that was the lower limit. When the limits were reset, that was the position of the shade. And now if I press the upper button, it'll go to the position that we set. Now the next part is setting the lower limit. To set the lower limit, it's the same thing as earlier. First you bring the shade down to the lowest position that it will go to. So you take your remote, press the down button, and let the shade just come down. So that's currently the lowest position that the shade will go to. You just take the remote again and repeat the same steps as before, where you press and hold both buttons. Once the color turns amber, let go. The shade will jog. Then press and hold the down button and let the shade go to the position that you want to set as the lower limit. Once it's at its lowest limit, you just go back to the remote, press and hold both buttons. When it turns amber, let go. The shade will jog, and now the shade will go the full length of the window or the full length of the upper and lower limit that you set. This also applies for controlling it through SmartThings. So once you set the limits, the shade will go up and down.